Some things in Half-Life 2 have certain exceptions made for certain maps. For instance, the Antland Guardian has certain behavior modifications made for when it's inside a cave, but this isn't really a map-specific hack. They implemented this properly so that it can be used on any map, theoretically. There are certain other scenarios where they had to specify a map's exact name in code. In Half-Life 2, the fog is capable of blending between two different colors. You look one way and it's one color. You look another way and it's a different color. When Half-Life 2 released, there was a bug with this feature though. The fog in the 3D skybox would simply always be an average of the two colors. When Valve fixed this bug, they had to make a list of the maps that had this bug to keep the fog consistent to how it looked on release, just to avoid any sort of artistic problems that might pop up from fixing it. In the German release of Half-Life 2, the violent effects of violence, I guess, are turned way down. You can see what this would look like for yourself by changing these console variables. One of the effects of this is that ragdolls will fade away almost immediately. However, in any supercharged gravity gun map, the ragdolls are allowed to stay on because they're really a part of that level's gameplay. I'm sure all of those German people were shocked to discover that in real life people do not actually disintegrate into nothing upon dying. So there's this entity in Source called Fizz Keep Upright. It does what you expect. It tries to keep things at a certain angle in a sort of subtle way. When this entity tries to control the buggy, it runs into a problem. The entity wants to point the buggy upside down, but the buggy has its own thing that makes it want to point upright. And so in this one map, the entity is allowed to have full control over the thing that it's trying to control. Here's what this would look like without the hack. If you load directly into this map, your RPG will have no ammo. This prevents you from easily killing the snipers in this map. I hope you enjoyed this video's shitty audio. Many people have been complaining about how good my audio is lately, so I thought I'd just do this to flex on you or something. I don't know.